Stories have the power to reach deep into our minds, to awaken fears we didn't know we carried, to haunt us well after the tale has ended. Imagine a story so deeply unsettling that it makes the boundary between fiction and reality blur. A story that lingers, persistent and unshakable. In the dark corners of human imagination, such stories wait to be discovered, or perhaps, in the age of artificial intelligence, created. On an ordinary night in a quiet town, where the streetlights cast long, trembling shadows and the wind whispered secrets through hollowed branches, something unusual began. It started with a flicker, a brief malfunction in the streetlights, casting the neighborhood in an uneasy half-light. Residents looked out from behind their curtains, noting the silence pressing in with unfamiliar weight. Dogs that once barked at everything fell silent, as if sensing a presence that commanded fear instead of curiosity. A family, the Everetts, settled for the night. Their home was the oldest on the block, its walls thick with memories and its floors creaking with every footstep. As midnight approached, young Emily, restless and unable to sleep, stared at her bedroom ceiling and listened to the wind. But tonight, the wind did not sound like wind at all. It seemed to chant her name in a voice almost human, mournful yet inviting. Unable to resist, Emily slipped out of bed and tiptoed to her window. Fog curled along the street outside, thicker than she had ever seen. Visibility shrank to a few feet, and she thought she saw faces forming in the vapor, eyes wide and desperate, mouths twisted in silent screams. She blinked, and the faces vanished, but a chill settled in her chest. Her bedroom clock stopped at 12:13. Every electronic device in the house stuttered and died. A heavy knock thundered from the front door, though the porch light was still dark. Emily's father descended the stairs, flashlight in hand, calling out to whoever it was. The only answer was the echo of his own voice, unsettlingly distorted, as if another voice shadowed his words. What he saw on the other side of the door would never be believed. There stood a figure half dissolved by the fog, features indecipherable, eyes where there should be only shadow. It reached out, not with a hand, but with an impossible shifting shape, pressing icy cold through the wood, through flesh, through bone. Mr. Everett stumbled back, his breath stolen by terror. Upstairs, Emily felt the temperature drop. She heard footsteps on the stairs, too many, as if a crowd were ascending, dragging themselves toward her room. She dove under her covers, heart pounding, every muscle rigid with dread. The whisper came again, louder, insistent. This time it was not just her name, but a chorus of voices. Join us. Remember us. Objects in her room began to move on their own, circling slowly as if gravity itself had changed its loyalties. From the corner of her eye, Emily saw a shape crawl from her closet, long-limbed, with joints bending the wrong way, eyes wide open but unseeing, its mouth stretched in silent agony. She realized with mounting horror that this thing wore her nightgown from years before, and its hair fell just as hers did. It was a reflection, a twisted double, rising from someplace just out of sight. The creature reached toward Emily, and as it did, its skin cracked, revealing countless smaller hands beneath, each one pressing against the surface as if desperate to escape. The fog outside thickened, swirling with the faces of the lost, pressing against the glass, eager to enter. Emily screamed, but the sound fell into a void, unheard by anyone else. All across the house, the mirrors darkened, revealing not reflections, but windows to a world where every fear Emily ever had become real. And then, as suddenly as it started, the lights returned. The fog receded. The clock ticked again. But Emily's family would never be the same. Some stories once told refused to be forgotten. Some doors, once opened, never fully close. And sometimes, on the darkest nights, the boundary between reality and nightmare is paper thin, waiting for the right moment to break.